How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Awesome Will here, and I was just sliding by, so I decided that I'd slide on in and drop another video for you guys. Just recently, I had concerns about some of the things that takes place in the trucking industry regarding male and female. Things of this nature shouldn't be tolerated, nor should these things actually even be taking place while out traveling about up and down the highways and byways of America, even, internationally, globally, as a whole, just generally speaking. There was a video that I just recently saw of a man and a woman. I'm assuming that this woman was the trainee in which this gentleman was training, preparing her to have a successful career in the transportation industry. Now, many of us, we have issues when it comes to, it being temperamental. I myself, I must admit, there was a time that I wasn't so smooth going. And there was a time that, I wasn't so mature. There was a time that I wasn't, being that individual that is willing to surrender and reason with someone for you know just to be, I'm just realistically speaking, being petty, about many things, and it doesn't take that kind of energy, nor does it take or require that kind of strength. But mentally, it can put a strain on you. But to continue on about this topic of the young man and the young lady in which he was training, she was the co-driver. It was said that on multiple occasions that they had an altercation. Okay? Now, me being a man, me being an adult, me being a man, someone that is willing, and freely willing to embrace the functionalities of a woman, and I mean her overall functionality and how she maneuvers in the earth. I embrace that as a man, me, myself being her teacher, if she's somewhat teachable and willing to learn, if that man, has something particular, or something particular, a particular knowledge that she would like to receive or retrieve from me, being that man. Okay? Now, I would not argue with a woman. You know what I mean? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. And of course, as I've said on many videos before or previously, you know, the women will do things and say things to trigger you. Okay? But when you're a man that understands the nature of a woman, it's not that you give her a pass. You have to be not only vocal with a woman, but you must lead by action. Okay? So to continue on, they were in a truck, and it's obvious that they had been in a truck, with one another for, for multiple days or maybe even weeks. And as a trainer, the guy, or anyone, it's your responsibility not only to give or relay any messages or any knowledge, rather be common, or if, it requires a more skillful, hands-on training, it's your responsibility to present that to them in the best way possible, or the best way that you would know how, as a trainer, as a teacher. Okay? Now, this is where the complications could, come into play. Now, I myself, I'm on the outside looking in, but how I perceive the overall situation is man driving, or man having an attractive woman, or she doesn't even have to be attractive, but just to have access to sex. Not saying that he was looking at her as a sexual object, or not to say that he was just looking at her in a sexual way. The truth of the matter is, man and woman were made for each other, and oftentimes opposites attract as well. And this guy seems to be, more of the laid back, cool kind of guy. Pretty easy, pretty easygoing, and he doesn't seem to be that type. And I could be wrong, but he doesn't seem, or he didn't seem to be the type of individual that can be very stern on a woman. You know what I mean? Not being mean, but being stern, because that's what it's about. In the business of trucking, that's what it's about. You have to be stern, especially when you're professional. Not to say that you can't have a personality or a sense of humor. You're out there, to teach whoever you have in that truck. But with that being said, me personally, I feel the reason for all of this transpiring was because they had some kind of, sexual connection, or they had some kind of sexual relationship going on with one another. Because if she's attractive, or if he's a single man, or she's a single woman, and you know, they may just be sexually attracted to one another. You know, uh, there's there's a chance that they actually made out, or they made love to one another, or they had sex. They traveling all the time, both of them single, or they may not be single. Who knows? But this is some of the things that happens in trucking. Everybody isn't professional. Some women are looking for a hookup. Some guys are willing to give them that hookup and plug right into the outlet, if you know what I'm saying. If you dig what I'm saying, you dig what I'm saying. And everybody doesn't, see the situation for what it is. Some want more, and some could care less, and just get the job done efficiently and effectively, in a way that whoever it is they're training, could, move forward and be successful, or become successfully, potentially, in the future after leaving them, you know, uh, providing them, with the training and everything that they needed, preparing them for the role. But there was an altercation, and I think that they were on live. And well, if there's a video, or a video that was produced, they were on live. I don't know exactly what social media platform it was. I don't know if it was Instagram. I don't know, but it was a social media platform. And after the incident occurred, the guy further explained, what had been going on, prior, to the incident occurring at that very moment. But the guy was in the driver's seat. He had done his pre-trip inspection, or maybe they just did a stop for a break, or whatever, a 30-minute rest break, or whatever. I'm unsure exactly. But it was clear as day that the guy was ready to go, so they could continue and proceed about their route to go ahead and deliver on time, because that's what truckers do. And she's the trainee, but she took this authoritative approach in a way that she was disgruntled about something that he was saying. And he didn't have a negative attitude or a negative approach when it came to what it was that he was, mentioning to her. He was saying that, come on, we need to go. This is what he was saying. Come on, it's time to go. She was like, can I at least eat my noodles first? And she was sitting in a sleeper of the truck, the sleeper section of the conventional tractor. And she was sitting on the bottom bunk, and he was in the driver's seat. And she was saying, can I eat my noodles? Can I eat my food first? And he was like, come on, bro, come on. We need to drive. We need to go. We need to go. She was like, can I at least eat my food first? And he was like, you can eat, but come on, we gotta go. Come and eat up here. You gotta eat in the front seat. Now, if she's the trainee, you know, whatever this guy needs her to do, if it's not outside of anything integral, she needs to be where he needs her to be because he's training her. You know what I mean? And he can't train her from the sleeper. You know what I mean? So she got up as if she wasn't angry or heated at all. And next thing you know, this guy is jumping around, doing jumping jacks behind the steering wheel, you know, like he was just brutally just set on fire, set ablaze, in which he was partially, because that water that they provide to the general public, you know, uh, at these truck stops, it's not your usual hot, nor is it lukewarm. This water is scorching hot. You know what I mean? Instantly, if you have some ramen noodles or something like that, when you utilize the water in these truck stops, instantly, instantly, those noodles or whatever you're warming up is going to change form. The swelling process for the noodles, the absorption for the noodles, it's going to begin to swell, and it is instantaneously, it's going to be hot and ready. It won't take very long at all. Usually you put your hot water into the cup of noodles, and if you have the paper covering, you put the paper covering over it, or if you just got the ramen out of the pack and you put them into a Tupperware bowl and you heat them up that way, usually it'll take, at least 5 to maybe like 7 minutes or something like that. But with this particular cup of noodles that she put the hot water in, it doesn't take that long. So when she got up and she got up smooth too. There was no talking, no back and forth, no nothing. That woman stood up and walked up from behind him calmly like a bobcat and dashed these noodles in this guy's face. And boy, was he panicking. He oh my goodness, you should have saw him. And she was totally wrong for what she did. She was totally wrong. That kind of behavior is inexcusable. You know what I mean? And that's why, not all the time, some of these guys just have daddy issues or whatever. Is why they brutally attack women and do all these disturbing things to women, because they have an issue, far as being able to better contain, their, emotions. But during this incident, she was totally wrong, dashing the noodles in the guy's face, the guy jumping up, and, he's on fire, trying to, find some kind of way to soothe the pain at that very moment, trying to get those hot noodles off of him, you know. But like I said, that's why, a lot of these women, and some of them are ratchet too. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women are ratchet too, and they have absolutely no class whatsoever. Some of them aren't professional. And I'm going to say this as well. I felt that they had some kind of sexual attachment, or he had some kind of sexual relationship going on, or they did, because it wasn't just him. It takes two to tango. And this kind of passivity with him, it's been going on for a while. You know what I mean? With the pillow talking and things of that nature, to the point that she felt that she doesn't have to do what he's telling her. She became more authoritative, and her behavior, was now deemed acceptable. And he embraced that. When he should have been teaching her, he was teaching her, but he was trying to show her how, what his stroke was like, what his backstroke was like. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is just what I'm assuming, because if she hadn't known what he was truly like Not saying that he had to be fake or he had to be disingenuous, you know, but she wouldn't have enacted in a way that she did because she wouldn't know. She wouldn't be able to pinpoint who she really has in her presence at that moment. See, when who you are is unknown, people approach you slightly different. You may be the unapproachable type of person just by your mannerisms or just by your overall perception of how people see you. You may look, I mean, you may be frightening, or you may look, you just might be hideous looking. You know what I'm saying? You just have this, uh, you just have this, what's the word that I'm looking for? Uh, you just have this sternness about you. This masculine, you know, uh, overlook overall about you in a way that she wouldn't try you like that, or disrespect you like that. Like I said, that's the reason why I feel that it all happened because this is a trainee. She hasn't been in your truck very long. You know what I mean? And for her to just do something like that, just because of what you said, and you said it calmly, you know what I mean? You were in your masculine when you told her what you had to tell her. And she just threw all of that out of the window, like she don't see you, like you ain't nobody, like who you talking to, like for her to have such a negative, approach to the situation when dude was cool, cool and calm and collected, it had to be deeper. And that's a lot of that happens out here as well. That's why I said, man, you have to have, as a man, you have to have self-control. You have to maintain your dignity. You have to have that self-respect, not only respect for yourself, but respect for others. And if, if it was that much of a problem, me personally, if I was a driver and she was in my truck and I wasn't having, some kind of sexual encounter or relationship with her, and she tried to get bad with me, I would have dropped her tail off. Me personally, she would have been going back to the yard. You dig what I'm saying? Me, I'm not having that at all. I'm not having that. And they know who to play with. Those kind of women, they know who to play with. She felt like she could try him like that. That's why she did it. You know what I mean? That's exactly why she did what she did. Now, that was a reason for him, or even me, to go to jail that day. You can call me wrong if you want. It's evident that she wanted him to abuse her in a way that she's never been abused before. This is a man. If she's ever been abused at all, this is a man. And you didn't put hands on him. You poured hot water on him. You know what I mean? Something that can affect his overall appearance for the rest of his life. And you did that kind of damage to him. You know what I mean? So it's evident that she didn't care. And to y'all truckers out there, man, listen, she might be attractive and she might be saying all the right things. But man, let me tell you something. You never know who you're getting. I'm a Gemini. You know what I mean? They say, oh, a Gemini has split personalities. Not necessarily. I can be whoever I need to be when in the presence. Not saying, you know what I mean? Not saying that, oh, I'm being fake and then, nah, because I'm multi-dimensional. I came up in the projects, as a kid, but that doesn't mean that I can't sit in a room of people that are totally educated, college educated. I've never been to college, but like a chameleon, I can fit where I sit. You know what I mean? Because not only because of my past or anything like that. No, because I have that kind of knowledge. I have that kind of knowledge. And it allows me, my knowledge being flexible, allows me to be in the presence of sitting rooms with individuals as such. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to you being a responsible driver, do your job. You know what I mean? If you choose to have sex with somebody you're supposed to be training, you got to play at your own risk. You know, me personally, if I'm out and about and I'm working, that's all that's happening. Ain't no macking going on. That's all that's happening. Ain't nothing but some money going on around here. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna feed me. You know what I mean? So I gotta do what I gotta do while I'm out here. Now, there's potential for you to play, for you to pay a player, but I'm not hard just asking, or just saying on the hunt, because I'm gonna always ask. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. You dig what I'm saying? Me. You know what I mean? I want some. I'm intentional. But for the most part, while I'm out and about, I'm on business. You know what I mean? I'm not chasing skirts. I ain't doing none of that. You know what I mean? Because what I'm doing, I'm professional about it. I'm a professional. They could call me whatever they want to call me, but I'm a professional and I'm good at what I do. I'm not my best, but I'm prepared to become much better than where I currently am or my current state. I'm always willing to learn. You know what I mean? So I don't feel the need, you know what I mean, to have a truck rocking. You know what I mean? I'm trying to teach her something. I can't teach her. And I can't get what I need from her, if I always got my penis out. That's with any woman. You know what I mean? I'm the type of guy, I like to starve them. You know what I mean? I like to starve them. You say you like me. You say you want me. Okay. Now, I'm a trainer. Now, this is what I'm saying. I'm a trainer, right? And I have a trainee in my truck, right? Okay. This is how it's going to go. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. You know what I mean? Now, when you get out of this truck, what I'm laying on you, how I'm lacing you right now, I want you to utilize this to the best of your ability when you get out of my truck, because you getting out of it. You know what I mean? And if you gonna fly with me, if you gonna ride with me and do everything that I taught you when you get your truck. When they give you your truck, you apply everything that I taught you and get some more knowledge. You know what I mean? And if you really want to deal with me like that, you gonna do everything required. You ain't gonna give me no mouth. You ain't gonna give me none of that. But to have sex with you in this truck while I'm training you ain't happening, because there's a long road of some more training you gonna get that ain't concerning the truck messing with me. You dig what I'm saying? So, hey, stop having sex, man. You can do whatever you want to do. You're grown. But stop having sex with these women, man. Although they're attractive, you're supposed to be training them. You know what I mean? You trying to train them on what your Kama Sutra session gonna be like. You know what I mean? You trying to show them Kama Sutra. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen. Be real, man. Get your money, man. Get your money. Do what you got to do, and try to be as professional as you possibly can. Some women are with it, some women aren't. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, when she get out of my truck, she can say, well, he all right guy. He taught me everything that it is I needed to know, and I'm going to go ahead and further, my career in trucking. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you never know what can happen after she get out of the truck. You know what I mean? And when you have self-respect as a man, that woman is going to take you much more serious. Like, well, damn, I know I'm bad. I know I'm fine. You know what I mean? I know I'm a looker. But this guy right here, he didn't come on to me like that. And I want him even more. I want him more for that reason. You know what I mean? you got bait too. And it's for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just your make. It's just who you are as a person. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say, man. Stop having sex with these women, man. You know what I mean? In these trucks when you're supposed to be training, or training them. You know what I'm saying? Stop having sex with these women, man. You selling yourself short. You know what I mean? Now this guy has second, third degree burns, that he'd probably never, be able to cover, or it'll always be there. You know what I mean? Just for a fling. Somebody that was supposed to temporarily just come into your life and you let them go after a couple of weeks anyway. Now, every time you look in the mirror, you remember what happened. And like I said, stop all that pillow talking too. All that pillow talking and, man, keep it professional, man. They probably laying up and they're just talking about life and, you know what I mean? Man, listen, be for real, man. Teach her what she need to know. Women too. Teach him what he need to know. And if y'all decide to take things further, that's cool. But at that very moment, do what you need to do. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Because one thing about it, I ain't gonna never miss no money worrying about no honey. Not me, Jack. You know what I mean? And that's for real. Any woman that know me past the present, they'll tell you that. Man, he ain't into that. I ain't finna miss no honey. I ain't finna miss no money worrying about no honey, man. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, and that's just how it be. You know what I mean? So, just like I was sliding in, as I was passing by, I was sliding in. I'm about to slide on out and continue about. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and thanks to the new subscribers as well. Until next time, guys, I know it's been a while. Until next time, give it some thought. Peace.